Hello, welcome to Showboys. I'm Father, and I'm joined tonight by Chadwick. How are you tonight, sir?
Good, man. Good, yeah, doing good. How are you?
I'd be better if I would have uploaded the right intro, but
Oh, it was the wrong intro?
yeah. It's all right.
It's all
it was
good.
Still the same.
Still good. Still same vibe. I
Yeah.
mean, still the same vibe.
Still
Yeah.
same vibe. So yeah, we're here. We're talking about another episode of Alien Earth, episode 7, Emergence, which I'm very excited to go over. We had a lot of fun things happen in this episode, which I was hoping for. We could have gotten a little more, I think, but
I agree.
I was still happy with what we got.
Yeah.
Kind of setting up even more tension, really, into our finale episode next week. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. They kind of left us hanging there at the end of this episode.
Yeah, for sure.
But it's okay. I'm here for it. I loved it regardless. So we can dive in. But before we do that, like to shout out our top tier patrons, Tim B, Yusuf H, and Joe C. You guys are awesome. Thank you for everything that you do, and your support is amazing.
Absolutely.
So, initial thoughts.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a mixed bag for me, to be honest with you. I do definitely feel like we could have got more out of this episode. This did not feel like your typical penultimate episode, if you will.
Yeah, it didn't.
So, which is fine as long as in what is giving me bad flashbacks is House of the Dragon. House of the Dragon just never really did anything with their second season. It was all build up, right?
Yeah.
Even we in the first season of House of the Dragon, we built up to where we were going into the second season. The second season became more build up to no final point, no final big event. So I'm hoping that's not where we're going here. I'm hoping they just like, okay, we're not going to do the penultimate episode. We'll do it. The final episode will be the banger.
Which I'm okay with that.
And I think we're
as long as they deliver.
Yeah, and I think we're primed to be there. I mean, we've got everybody on the island now, all the main players on the island now. But yeah, there's a lot to talk about. There's a lot to dig into. What's this now? Mute your mic for a second. Okay, yeah, you have some wicked background noise going on. Still there. Still there. Try unplugging your mic, maybe. Still there. Technical difficulties, always fun. Happens to the best of us. But anyway, while he's figuring that out, I will talk about just my basic thoughts as I was talking about before. Yeah, I don't know. I felt like we could have got way more out of the episode. The build-up just kept building and building and building. It just doesn't feel like that capping point episode that you would want from a second to the last episode of the season. There is a lot of stuff that happens and a lot of events that we predicted throughout this companion series kind of came true. Our boy didn't quite make it out with the face hugger on the face, which we kind of said was not going to happen timing wise. Go for it. There you go. There you go. Better? Yes.
Okay.
I don't know what was going on there.
I don't either.
I think the aliens were coming down, man. That's what it sounded like.
We got an inside look.
Inside look. Yeah.
Wendy's brain.
But yeah, and yeah, I mean, I think some predictions we made came true. I think some of them were fairly predictable. And some of them were just stabs in the dark that we took and they panned out. So, how are you feeling, Father, on this episode?
I'm about to get attacked by my cat, but
Hopefully it's
no,
a monster.
I gotta check its eye every once in a while. Kind of freaked out after seeing that cat in the first episode. No, I was overall happy with this episode. I didn't really have. I try to go in with like little to no expectations. Just kind of along for the ride wherever they want to take me. I feel bad for Arthur because I mean, I know better, but I'm like, oh, he's okay. But I quickly realized that he's not okay. Yeah. You see the face hugger fall from the tree, and then, which is crazy how it got to the tree and it was dead. Yeah. But then our boy Arthur seemed okay, but you could tell something was off. We obviously know why, but yeah, his death was kind of hard. Felt bad. I felt bad for him.
I agree. Always appreciate a good chest bursting scene.
Yeah,
though, you know.
yeah, that was good.
Mandatory fare for the alien stuff. Yeah. There's definitely I don't know, man. It's just it didn't hit like I was expecting it to hit for me.
Yeah, you know? That's fair.
Yeah.
So the episode starts off with Slightly in his room with Arthur under his bed, and you can hear it breathing or hear like whatever's happening, and he's panicked. I mean, I would be too. And then he's like trying to feed Arthur, trying to like pull the face hugger off a little bit, but then the face hugger reacts and then tightens its hold on Arthur's neck. And then Smee comes to the door and Slightly is like telling him to leave, to go away. But then he eventually comes in and he sees Arthur's arm hanging or like just kind of outside the sheet. He's like, is someone hiding? And then he
is a standout character for me, to be honest.
He was great in this episode. Just his like innocence.
Yeah.
And like, you know, taking Slightly's word for it.
Yeah.
Along the way. And then like the total like betrayal.
Yeah.
Like, you said I was only going to help you if he was going to be okay.
Yeah.
And he's not okay. And he's like freaking out.
Yeah. I think that out of all the actors that are demanded to act like children in the show, because they are children, he nails it the best.
He does it the best. Yeah.
He does it the best. Yeah.
Well, although we do see a little bit of Curly's childlike behavior come out when she goes to see Sylvia.
Yes. Yeah.
For like a hot second.
Yeah.
And she like climbs up in the chair and like cuddles with her because she's scared. I mean that's cool to see because they're still kids at heart. No matter what kind of fancy technology they've got, at the core of who they are, they're still kids.
Yeah. Right.
So, but then Slightly puts like Smee up against the wall. Like, you can't say anything. You would do the same thing if you were in my position. And he's like asking for help to get him out because he can't stay there. And that he needs to take him to the beach. Smee, he says no, but eventually says no. After Slightly asks him a million times, and he's like, "Okay." And then they take him out of the room. You ask a kid enough.
They'll say yeah.
And then we get our boy Kirsch going to the lab, and he's seeing everything in shambles. We then see a cleanup crew going in and shocking the bugs and putting them in cages. And then Kid Cavalier shows up, obviously, because I mean, that's his MO, showing up right when he shouldn't.
And correct me if I'm wrong. No bare feet in this episode, right? I think this might be.
Yeah, not thrown in our faces.
Yeah, this might be the only episode so far where it has not been thrown in our face, which was a nice little change.
I think they listened to us.
They listened to us.
They heard our pain and confusion.
Yeah, dude, so not to get on a total side tangent here, but there is a company on Facebook that puts Facebook ads out, and they make shorts, and they have started making other things. So they made like joggers, and they made like khaki shorts, and every single time in these ads, the owner of the company is like showing the shorts off, but he's in his bare feet, and he's always in every ad, dude. And I have typed it in the bar multiple times. You should make socks next, ...
Yeah.
And I've been like, no, you know what? I'm just going to delete it. It's been like 3 or 4 times where I typed it and I'm like, I'm just going to say it, dude. Like, somebody's got to tell this dude that it's totally inappropriate for you to have your bare feet in your freaking short, in your short ads, dude. Come on.
Yeah. Come on. What are we doing here?
Yeah.
We're not about the feet.
Yep.
You want to show off your feet, go start an OnlyFans. I'm sure someone will touch your feet.
Yeah.
That's not
go to Foot Finder or something, man. You'll be fine. We do have a comment here. Hello, boys.
Hello, bath time.
I'm a huge fan of the first 2 Alien films and a massive soft spot for Alien versus Predator and Alien 3. Interesting. Okay. We are also huge fans of the first 2 Alien movies. And I don't know if I can call myself a fan of Alien 3. I think if Alien 3 got like a 2025 remaster where they went and fixed all the horrendous CGI on the alien, that it would actually be a really good film and a really good entry into the Alien franchise. But dang, that thing is just gnarly looking. and the most jarring thing is they go back and forth between really bad 90s CGI and like an actual alien,
like practical,
and it just sticks out like a sore thumb, dude. Like it sticks out. The practical alien looks so good, and then this CGI running around is like, dude, this looks awful. You know.
Very nice, very nice. So Kirsch eventually tells Cavalier that he should be safe for now, which further hints at his demise, which I think we will see, especially after the part we see with him and the sheep. I think things are going to go way wrong for him. I think it's been kind of pointing at that for a while. So Cavalier walks in. Kirsch tells him that one of the kids got careless, and then he sees Isaac. And then Cavalier asks him about like the reboot and restore process, in which Kirsch says that conceptually it's possible, but practically haven't cracked it, which I thought that was interesting. And then Kirsch tells him that it wasn't an accident, and then they watch the tape of Isaac taking the tray in to the cage, and then the sheep hits the glass and he falls over.
Yeah.
And Kirsch kind of goes on, most animals know cause and effect to some degree. And then Cavalier wants the sheep moved. So we get to that part later. But then our next part, we go to Wendy. She sees Isaac. She comes into the lab. She asks what happened. Kirsch says science. And then Wendy tries to get closer to Isaac, and Kirsch stops her. And she's like, we've got to tell the others. And then Cavalier comes over in a weird, awkward, comforting way, puts his hand on her shoulder, and he's like, saying stuff about not wanting to scare the others. You know what kids are like if they get an idea in their head. Oh, we're not safe.
Yep.
And then she questions that, and then she tries to leave, and then the guards stop her at the door. And then she does her little magic communicating with the xenomorph, in which it smashes against the glass. And she says, you can't just erase things, and walks out. And then Cavalier is asking Kirsch where the others are. And then they go over and try to look, and they realize that they're all offline.
Yep.
Someone turned their trackers off, which we know what happened.
Right. Yep.
With Arthur and Joe. And then Joe's walking down the hall and goes to Wendy's room. She's there. And he goes to her and says, she tells him that Isaac's dead. And Joe says that they're not safe. We need to leave. And she's like, well, they track us. And he says, well, not anymore because Arthur. So, and then she's like, well, we have to get everyone.
Yeah. Which is good for her, man, because and that's almost like such a kid way of looking things, like I'm not leaving without my friends. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's like an older sister.
Older sister type. Yeah. And that's always kind of the vibe she's had throughout the entirety of the show, is the older sister, which I guess technically speaking, android wise, she is the older sister out of all of them because she was the first. But yeah, I mean, good for her. I think that I'm just not sold on the xenomorph communicating thing. And I know that we predicted this in earlier episodes that they were going to go in this direction. And I think I said even back then, like, I hope they don't go in this. She's going to like puppet master this xenomorph around. But I mean, it is what it is. And we got some cool scenes out of it, which I'm happy about. Like, there's a couple cool scenes we'll get to later. But yeah. How did you feel about the communicating thing?
I was okay with it. It really worked in their favor that she could do that.
Yeah, for sure.
They would have been taken.
Yeah.
So it's convenient for the plot, for the drive of the story. But no, I thought it was okay. I've not seen it before, so it is kind of weird to see, but I think it worked. You know, for her at least.
Yeah.
But she's very intelligent. Like, she's on a totally different wavelength than the others.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, I think from this point, if we don't, I don't know. If we don't get an anthology series and they continue with this story, I think it could probably be too much. Like, if they drag this out, like, it could probably get old really fast.
Yeah.
But maybe like from this moment and maybe next episode and then season 2, episode 1, it could like be pretty intense for a while, but then it would probably get old, I think.
Yeah. I think it would definitely get old. And like I said, and I have yet to do any reading to see what the plan is for season 2 or anything, but I would hope they just do like an anthology series with this. Like, just let this be a standalone story.
I think it could work.
Yeah. And we talked about it in past episodes. There's such a large gap of time in between Alien and Aliens that you could tell a multitude of different stories. So, and also, like the Eye Monster, man, like he needs his spinoff, and I'm here for the spinoff for the Eye Monster because that thing's terrifying.
Yes. Season 2, I'd imagine, would have a plot about Morrow finding out Yutani killed his daughter, so he has something to do.
That could explain, because we just know that she died in that fire. We don't know what happened exactly there.
It's very dumb chatting with the alien, treating it like a dog. Ripley communicating with the Queen Mother was far better.
Yep.
I mean, could they have done it better? Probably. But for what they have and where they're going, I feel like it works. But please don't drag it out.
Right.
Like,
honestly, I hope that this next episode, like, she uses it for half the episode and then loses control of it, and this thing just goes, we get like a lion trainer situation where the lion's like, okay, enough of this crap.
Now that you say that, that makes total sense.
Yeah.
And I feel like the alien would like get over it really fast.
Yeah.
They turn on her.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I mean, there's a lot of what ifs and speculation at this point.
Yep.
So let's see. But yeah, Wendy is wanting to go tell the others to get out because they're in this together. So yeah, that's her intention, and it's good. It's good.
Yeah.
So then they leave and they go to Nibs, in which Curly is there with her, and then Curly is blaming Wendy for Nibs is crazy, which Nibs is just crazy at this point. You can do all the tests you want to this girl, but she's still going to be crazy because that's kind of how she's wired.
Yep.
I mean, you can't unwire crazy.
No, you can't, clearly, because they tried to wipe her brain and rape her memory of everything in hopes that, because I think the assumption was originally that it was like trauma from that first episode that she saw all that crap and that's what made her flip. But when you think about it, all the other kids saw it too. You know, she wasn't the only one. So there had to be something else that was more deep rooted there. So wiping her memory of that clearly didn't work, as you see in this episode.
Right.
But yeah, she's almost like a character that I hope it's just like a total throwaway character. You know what I mean? This is just the crazy one. That's just the crazy one that went wrong, you know?
Yeah, we need to recycle her. So I wanted Curly to kill someone, so we had all the remaining ones, but Smee as murderers, which is more fun.
Yep.
Yeah, it was wild. So Curly at this point is defending Cavalier. Nibs is losing her mind again. Curly says that, well, the reason why they go there obviously is to tell them that Isaac is dead and that they need to leave. It's not safe. Curly says it's because they went to save Joe. They went to the site. And Wendy says it's not his fault. And Curly says, right, it's your fault. And then Nibs eventually gets up and goes to Wendy, and Wendy's like, promise you won't tell on us, like a kid would.
Yeah.
And then Curly eventually promises that she won't tell on them. So they're about to leave, and Wendy goes to the monitor, hacks into the monitor, and unlocks the door to the xenomorph cage. Dang.
Yeah.
That escalated really fast.
Real quick. Yeah.
All right. This stuff's about to go down. And then we see the alien go out and starts just
massacres. Yeah.
And it's wild, dude.
Yeah.
It wastes no time getting out and start just obliterating everyone.
Yep.
So the next scene we have Cavalier walking in with Kirsch to see Sylvia. Cavalier's asking her where Arthur went. She's like, you fired him. He's gone. And he's like, he never got on the plane, and then turned off all the kids' trackers. And they have the footage. And then she's like, she has no idea what had happened. And then the alarm starts going off. And then we hear secure lab breach.
So I guess my question here is, we have them on camera in the lab, right? Because we witnessed there's cameras in the lab clearly because we saw the sheep bang into the window. So did they not see, because he gets the face hugger in that lab, did they not see what happened?
Well, okay, so I think Kirsch is the only one really monitoring anything because he's the one that always has the tablet. And after this episode, clearly he's not really for Kid Cavalier.
Yeah, dude. I don't know what's going on with him, man. Yeah, I don't know, because he does seem like at one point in this episode, probably coming up soon here, that he lets the kids get on the elevator and tells them what direction to go. Lets them get on the secure elevator. So but then afterwards, he seems like he's back on board. Like that was all part of his plan, was to let them go down there so he could capture tomorrow.
Yeah.
So
he definitely has his own agenda. That's clear.
Definitely.
You just don't know what it is.
Don't know what it is. Yeah.
But yeah, then that's like you said, that next part. Smee and Slightly are taking Arthur down the hall. Kirsch walks in. What are you doing? And then Slightly's telling Kirsch about their, his conversation with Morrow. And Kirsch is like, I know. And then he tells the boys the quickest way is through the elevator, like he said. Dude, what is his goal? Like, that's what I wrote. Like, what is he doing?
We kind of we talked about this. So Bath Time says he's Yutani, I think, fully expecting them to do a deep fake with him chatting to Ash at the end, which would be very interesting. And we talked about it. We talked about how cool it would be if this led directly into the first Alien film, which would be sweet. So yeah, I'm kind of on that board. He might be Yutani, but something's just off. And it might also be what we said earlier, which is these androids are just so hyper focused on the mission that they don't care about the people. It's the same thing that Ash did in the first movie. We've seen it here multiple times where Morrow is a prime example of crew expendable, right? So It could just be that also, that he's just an android focusing on the mission.
But if Kirsch is Yutani, I would question then his interaction with Morrow on the elevator.
Yeah, right.
It's clearly tension.
Yeah,
but maybe it's an android and whatever Morrow is. Like,
and you would also be questioning him capturing him in this episode as well. Like, they're working together, if he is Yutani, they are working together in some capacity.
Unless it was all part of the plan.
All part of the plan. It could be, yeah.
Get Morrow in, capture him, and then we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
But I feel like it's almost a fool's errand, because like everyone on that island is going to die. No one's getting off that island alive. There's no possible way.
I don't think so. Yeah, I don't think
because
so.
we have 2 xenomorphs. We will have 2 full-grown xenomorphs by next episode. So plus we have that freaking sheep, which and if Cavalier has his way, that sheep is going to be in a human. And I think that's going to happen. I think he's going to get that to work. And then that's obviously going to backfire on him. But then we'll have the eye monster and someone causing their own chaos in the island.
Yeah.
So it's like they're just going to end up like nuking this island. That's the only way they're going to like.
In story wise, man, it makes sense. You know what I mean? Because we have to, like I said, you can go either way on this, because we have not seen a abundance of the expanded universe of Alien. We've really just seen it in the movies, right? Yeah. Obviously there's books and stuff out there for it, but I've never heard of Prodigy, right? So that's like, I think it might be just new for the show. So it would make sense for them to wipe them off the map, and Yutani just being curious about what that thing was that they had on that island, and sending that first ship from the first Alien movie out to that planet to get more eggs.
Yeah, I mean, they can definitely tie this all together.
Yeah.
The great comment here. The eye is getting off that island alive.
Yeah. I hope so, man.
I was hoping there was a Mr. and Mrs. I, and Mr. I was going to turn up to rescue Mrs. I, and they were going to pop into the same body. Dude,
yeah, that would be
crazy.
Sweet. Yeah, it would be nuts. Yeah.
Dude, if there was another eye creature somewhere.
Yeah.
Oh, man. One is scary enough.
Yeah.
Imagine.
I want to go to this planet. I want a spin-off movie to this planet that these things came from. And I want it to be like little innocent, like almost like Covenant, little innocent colonizing mission They found this planet. They're going to go down there. Everything's going to be beautiful. And we're going to build cabins by lakes and we're going to build a community. And then these things are down there. Like, that's just a great setup for a movie, dude. Like, you can't deny it.
That's amazing. Oh, geez. All right. So back on track here. We are with Wendy, Joe, and Nibs. They're walking through the woods. They come to the graves of the kids where they buried their bodies. They have a little moment there. I think there's even like a flash of Wendy just staring off, and then her name is like kind of faded in the scene with her name. It's almost like kind of like a identity crisis, or like she's at a fork in the road. Like, who is she becoming? Like, is she walking away from her old life to become Wendy, whoever that becomes or is? Like, it was interesting.
Yeah,
I feel like
I agree.
this show is very intentional at times with their visuals. So we'll see what happens. And I think by the end of this episode, that really comes ahead because of what Joe does.
Yeah.
She's like, I've got a decision to make. You know, the girl that I was trying to help, and then my brother, you know, like, dude, it's just wild to think about.
Yeah.
So, and then we see our next scene. We see Smee and Slightly. They're walking down the path, and then they see guards coming, and then they jump off the path into some brush and hide. They put Arthur's body down, and then they kind of like move over to the side so they can't be seen. The guards are conveniently looking the opposite way and see nothing.
Yeah.
That was very convenient. And then when they pass, the boys stand up and they're like, oh, okay. And then they look and Arthur's gone. Arthur's body's gone. And they're like, where did he go? And they're looking all around, and then all of a sudden a face hugger falls from the tree. And then they freak out, as I imagine kids would. And then Slightly like begins to stomp on this face hugger corpse. And then we hear a hey. And then Arthur's there.
Yeah.
Arthur's alive. And he looks like he's fine. He looks a little beat up.
Yeah. Confused, beat up. Yeah.
And then he's asking.
I mean, we kind of predicted that this face hugger was not going to make it. So the timeline that Morrow gave was that we're going to get this face hugger on him. He's going to be fine for a couple days. You bring him to me and we'll get him off the island. We kind of played in previous episodes. We don't really know the exact timing of how long this face hugger's on there before it lets go. But we pretty sure that it wasn't going to last a couple days.
No.
And I think that, and I think I did predict exactly it coming off during their transport of him off the island in a previous episode. And that's ended up what happens here. So this was the part that was a little, we took a stab in the dark and ended up being right on it. What I was referring to earlier, the prediction for the Wendy's going to talk to, or control this alien in some capacity, or the xenomorph in some capacity. That was the one that was like kind of obvious the direction they were going, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So
they were kind of giving us that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Who did the face hugger get from that xenomorph? Like who was that? Like the person the face hugger got? Was that someone from the?
It was
from the ship.
No, it was the lung. It was the lung. The lung.
That's
You're talking
right.
the big xenomorph?
Yes.
Yeah, it came out of the lung.
You're right.
Yep.
You're right. Okay.
Yep.
So I don't know. Maybe some kind of connection to it, I guess, because maybe it has. I mean, we chatted about this after last week's episode with like the xenomorph kind of taking the characteristics or like mannerisms of its host.
Yeah.
To some degree, maybe not totally, but like something. There's some trace.
Yeah.
So maybe like she senses that it's from Joe, and maybe
That could be the
creates
connection. You're right. Yeah, that could be the connection for sure. Which is interesting because she's got same DNA, right? In some way, they're brother sister. So that could be that's interesting that you bring that up. That could be but yeah, the xenomorph does, at least in Alien 3, the xenomorph in that movie does take on some characteristics of a dog, which it's grown from. It runs on fours mostly. I don't think it ever, at least to my knowledge, stands up on two legs in that movie. I think it's like a 4-leg xenomorph, even though they all, to some capacity, when they're running, run on the 4 legs. But this one is like kind of locked into it. So it does bring it does bring some of the characteristics of whatever it's grown out of.
And its head looks different. Like it's colored different.
Yeah, it's definitely colored different. And a lot of them are colored different. I have a couple. Yeah, I have a couple, I think. Actually, I think like a lot of them for all the movies, their heads look different. Like I have Alien and Alien xenomorphs behind me, action figures of them. I know that the Romulus looked quite different. I thought that the one in the ad for this show looked sick, but I don't know that we even never really saw this like completely shiny black one that they showed in the ad.
Maybe it'll be this other
maybe
one. Maybe
it might be. It could be. It could be. But I think that was more used as just a thematic thing for the trailer, because you see the reflection of Earth and its glassy, shiny head. So that could just be it. But
I think its head is colored different to suggest it's weaker or malformed, so Mrs. I can get in there. Unfortunately, I love it.
He tried that. The eye monster tried that a couple episodes ago and just bounced right off. So
yeah, on the ship. Yeah. Which was still a wild scene. That was a great scene. Very cool thing to see.
Yeah. We're definitely gonna get more of that. I'm sure.
Yes.
I'd be shocked if we didn't.
We got to have another face off with that eye in the xenomorph. It's got to happen, guys. Come on, let us have it. So Arthur is asking, what's going on, and then the boys begin to lie to him, saying that there was a problem and they had to evacuate. And Sylvia is at the beach.
And they're just lying like kids here, dude, which is so hilarious. Like they can't get their story straight.
No,
there's gas. There's gas. You were breathing in the gas. Yeah.
And they even said contamination wrong, which I thought was hilarious.
Yeah,
because they don't know big words. But they're so smart. I think that kind of like their kid brain kind of flipped on for a second, and then they kind of just forgot how to speak, or forgot that they were super intelligent.
Yeah.
Which is funny. And then Arthur's like, I think maybe you saved my life. And then they keep walking, and Slightly is very, very much so feeling guilty at this moment. Like it's all over his face. So they get to the beach, and I don't know if it's Arthur having flashes of a memory, but we see flashes of him getting attacked by the face hugger and then being carried, which I think maybe it could be him having his memories coming back to him.
Yeah, I think that's it.
Yeah. And then this is where he's kind of piecing it together that something's wrong.
Yeah.
And the boys are trying to convince him that, to keep going, that Sylvia's just up ahead. And then Arthur's finally like, children have to learn how to lie. And they are still learning. So he can see right through it at this point.
Yep.
So Arthur and Smee start to walk away, and Slightly kind of hangs back, like just probably defeated at this moment. And then Arthur turns and tells Slightly to come on, and they begin to walk, but then Arthur stops. He like hunches over and then coughs up blood and then falls back. And he's like, help me. And then boom, there's the burst. We see the xenomorph just kind of like poking its head out, and then it jumps out and goes into the bushes. And then the boys, I mean, there's blood all over them from the burst.
Yeah.
Which is, I mean, from a kid's perspective, not seeing this before.
Oh yeah, horrifying.
I mean, Smee was freaking out.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Slightly is like looking for this creature in the bushes, and he's like, "You told me he was going to be okay. I told you I was only going to help you if he was going to be okay. You lied to me." And then Slightly comes over and just picks Arthur's legs up and starts dragging him away. And he's like, "Help me, please help me." So, and then we get a short scene after this with Sylvia and Curly, which I mentioned earlier.
Yeah,
where Curly is showing her childlike behavior and curls up next to her on the chair, and Sylvia says it tells her it's going to be okay, which we know it's not going to be okay. It's not. There's no indication and no thought in my mind that anything is going to be okay. There's not going to be any happy ending in this show.
No, I agree.
Maybe for the xenomorph.
Yeah.
Or the eye. I can see the happy ending.
The eye's gonna the eye's gonna get his happy ending. Mrs. Eye is
Mr.
gonna come down.
Mr. and Mrs. Eye like skipping down the beach holding holding tentacles.
Yeah, I mean I hate to keep harping on it, man, but this eye monster is as intriguing to me currently as the xenomorph is. Like, I need to know more about this thing. Yeah. And at the basis of it, I need to know more about the xenomorph too. And I don't know. So I love Prometheus. I love Covenant. But I don't know if I really buy into the story of it. I think I just like it for what it was at the time, which was a modern, visually impressive alien story. And I think Covenant stands alone on itself. It could have been a standalone movie that would have been great as well. Yeah. But I need to know more about, because the question, at least when I was a kid, was always like, the xenomorph, right, is this intelligent alien, but how is it getting like to places? You know what I mean? Like, we see in the first Alien movie what ended up being the engineers in Prometheus sitting in their little cockpit ship. We see that in Alien. So there was an assumption there that something was going on there, but I don't know. I would have liked a better explanation, because we knew kind of that these things were like not getting in a ship and flying it anywhere. Like, they're just like animals that are being released by some other intelligence. But yeah, I don't know. The alien thing, just do the spin-off movie, dude. Like, just do it. Because there's so many directions you could take that freaking amazing alien.
I see it as like where poachers would go and get animals from, like, the safari and bring them back and put them in cages for people to just, get all excited for. And then the animals get pissed off in the cages and start wreaking havoc, because I'm not supposed to be in a cage. I'm supposed to be running free on my planet.
Yeah. Yeah. And I mean, I still like the explanation that Prometheus gives. I think it could have maybe used like a trilogy of movies, maybe more, to tell just the story of Prometheus. And it's funny because you'll have to go look this. I don't know if you can find this before. Have you seen Prometheus?
It's been a minute.
But you have seen it, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So in Prometheus, there's a mission that we're going to get in a little side tangent here, but it is what it is. There's a mission to go to this planet to meet what they are calling the engineers, the people the engineers that made humanity. And that turns out to be the case of what happened. And that's how we see it in the beginning opening scene of how they make life on these different planets in Prometheus. But there's really no real explanation of why they made us, and now they want to come and release this toxin and kill everybody on Earth. There's no explanation. But what I read way back when this movie came out was that And it was probably taken out for religious purposes, but the original intent was that Jesus was an engineer and we killed him. And that's what pissed the engineers off. And that's why they came back to wipe out Earth. And that was like the original thing. And when we watched the movie originally, it's not everything is there. Not everything is there, and you're like, why it, like, there's no explanation. But then when you read that, you're like, why did they cut that scene out? That would have tied everything together. You know what I mean? And I think Ridley Scott is a notorious atheist, so I don't think that he was thinking like, let's be kind to Jesus, but that could have been the case. But it really cuts out the part of the movie that explains everything, you know?
I need to go back and watch it because it's a lot of cool background to it.
Yeah. Oh, bath time. You say, okay, it's because Jesus was an engineer. Yeah. So I did read that. So you obviously read that at some point too. Just that little scene, which could have been a 3-minute scene.
Yeah.
Right? Of just Jesus was an engineer. When he got here, we killed him. And that's what pissed the engineers off. That's why they want to come back and kill us. There's really no backstory onto why they're coming to massacre Earth. Right?
Yeah. Yeah. That's crazy. I feel like they need to kind of go into that some more and give us a little more backstory of the engineers and all the stuff that they have done or have done.
I agree. Yeah.
So I think that'd be cool to see. It would explain a lot.
Yeah. It really would.
So I typed in Prometheus and they have Prometheus 2, which is Alien Covenant.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's the sequel to Prometheus. Yeah. Yep.
All right.
I think they dropped the Prometheus 2. It started out as a sequel, and it is a sequel to Prometheus. Like there are characters in it from Prometheus, and it continues a little bit of the storyline while building its own story. But for me, Prometheus stands alone as like just a weird entry into the Alien universe, where it's like it is tied to the Alien universe, but it's about something. It's not really about the xenomorphs to begin with. But then Covenant kind of brings it all together, where it takes the engineers and the xenomorphs and puts it all together. If you that's the one you have not seen, right?
Right.
You should hit Covenant up. Covenant's great, dude. Like I love Covenant.
I'll watch Prometheus and then Covenant.
Yeah, you should you do yourself a little rewatch of Prometheus and go right into Covenant. Yeah.
I shall do that. All right. So where are we at now? Oh, Slightly and Smee are now pulling Arthur on a raft on the water.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Still, Slightly still on mission, even though he's failed, clearly. And then we see Morrow and his team pop up out of the water. And then he radios another team that pops up out of the water, which is Team 2. So now there are 2 teams from Yutani that are there. And he tells them shoot to kill. Morrow Team 6, baby. Yeah.
Yep. It was dope, them coming up out of the water like that, though.
It was I should have expected it, but I didn't.
I wasn't expecting it either.
There's Morrow.
Yeah.
I really didn't think he was going to show up, because I was thinking, based on the conversation that he had with Yutani, that he was going to just let everything fall apart on the inside
and then do the cleanup. Yeah.
And I think that he was hoping that Slightly would succeed in his part of the mission, and then everything was going to start to fall apart, which it actually was falling apart because and Wendy kind of helped with that as well to kind of move that along. So it's good timing, I guess, for Morrow and crew. But it's not really great timing because Kirsch is there and still kind of has a hand on everything.
Right.
I feel like if Kirsch wasn't there, because he's really the glue to that place.
Yeah.
He's really the brains. And Cavalier he does have the older guy kind of helping him, but he kind of just goes with whatever Cavalier says. But Kirsch kind of, I don't know, he works for Cavalier, but kind of works for himself at the same time.
Yep.
Which is obvious at this point. So Morrow and Slightly have an interaction. Slightly was like, I did everything I could. Everything fell apart. I did everything I could. He's worried about his mom. And Morrow says, stop it. You're acting like a child. You know what grown-ups do when they screw up? They own it. And then Morrow says to the soldiers, bring them.
And dude, they like so coldly flip Arthur off
Arthur?
that raft. Oh. Dude, yeah. I was like, geez, man. Like no regard whatsoever. Just flip him over and let him sink into the water. Yeah.
Yeah. Which he did not deserve that ending. Like
no.
He was
not
like
at all.
He
was like the one
decent person on that
person on the island. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah.
So then
but it's always those guys that get it. It's always
it's unfortunate.
It's the shitheads that survive. Yeah.
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 Which I don't think that's going to be the case for our boy Cavalier.
Dude. Yeah. I don't know where we're going with him. Let's finish the episode. We can talk about that. Okay. There's something that he says that I'm curious about.
All right. So then Morrow radio saying that target 1 failed, moving to target 2. So I'm not quite sure what he meant.
So the way that I took it is, it sounds like, so we were thinking that Morrow was coming back for everything, right? He's coming back for everything that's there that was on that ship. And it seems like to me that at the current moment, it might only be the xenomorph that he's interested in, or maybe one of the eggs. Because target 1 failed, moving to target 2. If target 1 didn't fail, it sounds like mission over. We got what we came here for. So let's leave. So that failed. So now we're moving to 2. So I don't think he's even going for the eye monster or the flies or the tick thing or any of the other stuff that's in there. I think he's solely, and we see a little bit of that in, I think, the first episode where he's kind of carrying around the xenomorph in that freaking web sack that he made, Spider-Man web sack that he wrapped him up in. So we saw that might have been the main focus of everything from the get-go. But I think he's making a mistake. I think he should go for the eye monster, because I think that thing would be way worse.
Yes, and way smarter.
Way smarter. Yes. Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
A worthy catch.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
So then we have Joe, Wendy, and Nibs walking down the path in the woods. And then soldiers pop up in the woods. And they're going to take them. I think Nibs even growls at the soldiers, like, oh no, she's growling at us.
Yep.
And then Wendy is telling them that they need to leave because she can hear the xenomorph and leave before it's too late. And then she signals for the xenomorph, and it kills them all.
Yeah.
Very brutal, very violent. It was peak alien attack.
Yeah.
It was a good time. It was a good time. We got tail action. We got it all. It was good.
Yeah.
Throwing people around. They didn't stand a chance. And there were probably a good 6 or 7 of them. And he had no issue at all.
No shot. Yeah. And that's the second straight on massacre we've seen this thing do in this episode alone.
In this episode, yeah.
Yeah.
We could have gotten one more. Like
Could have got one
that
more,
ending.
yeah.
The ending would have
Yeah.
been a perfect ending for this episode.
Yeah,
but it's okay.
Too much
it's
plot
okay.
armor. Too much plot armor going on over on that boat at the end there.
Yeah, for sure. So after the xenomorph slaughters all the soldiers, it comes up to them at the road, and like Joe's trying to like protect her, like to hold her back, but she's like, no, you're the human, you step back. And they have like a moment, the xenomorph and Wendy, and she gets all close and like wipes the blood off its head. It's very special moment.
Yep.
And then she like talks to it again, and then it like rushes away. And Joe's like, "What did you say to it?" And she says, "Hide and follow," I think.
Yeah. Yep.
Which she does communicate that, because we see from the end.
Yeah.
Then, okay, so I do know what Target 2 is.
Okay.
The next scene right after this, we see the alien snake squirming around, and then it gets a net thrown on him. And that's, I believe, Morrow gets the alien.
No. That's Kirsch that snags that.
That is Kirsch. Okay.
I thought it was Morrow also when you first see it, but when we get the interaction, and I can't remember where they're at exactly where Morrow gets captured, but he drops it down. He's got it in like a protective case.
Well, he walks right in the front door with the boys.
Yeah.
And then they get surrounded, and that's this next part. And Kirsch walks in with the cage. Yeah, so that's that part.
Yeah.
So Morrow, sad, you get beat at your own game.
Yep.
And Kirsch walks in and he's like, "Drop your weapons. Nobody likes a sore loser." And he's like, "Okay." They all drop their weapons, and then Kirsch also says, "Finders keepers," and tells the boys to come over. And Morrow responds with, "This isn't over." And Kirsch says, "Nothing ever is." And then Morrow gets locked up. He gets cuffed. And then he tells Smee and Slightly they're grounded.
Yeah, that was my favorite part, dude. He's like, "You two are grounded."
Yeah,
So this is my question, and this is what is making me lean towards Kirsch not being Yutani. Is I think this was the plan of letting them go down. He's heard the entire conversation. Let's not forget that Morrow has had. He's heard it all. Yes. We know that he's listening to every conversation that he's had with them. So I think the plan was he knew he was coming. Let's get them down there. And he probably knew like they hear this xenomorph's going to pop out of there before they get down to where they're going. So I think it was a bait. Yeah, I think it was a bait to get them on the island. Yeah, it's very smart. Yeah. But it also leads to you to think that he is Team Prodigy, right? Not Team Yutani or another company. He could be one of the other 3 companies.
Yeah, one of the other 3, yeah. Who knows at this point? Hopefully they explain it. That would be nice to know. But before we get to the docks, I totally skipped over the best part with the sheep. Cavalier and his boy Adam are there with sheep. Sheep's in a cage. So he wants to talk to the sheep. Cavalier wants to talk to the sheep. And then he starts speaking different languages. He says hi in like 5 different languages.
Yep.
And then he writes pi or 3.14 on his hand, and he holds it up. And he's like asking the sheep, what are the next numbers? What are the next 3 numbers? So, but then the sheep stomps its hoof in the right sequence.
Yeah.
And then Cavalier like keeps pushing because that's what he does. And then the sheep poops.
Yeah.
In response and starts screaming at Cavalier through the glass.
Yep.
which I thought was amazing.
It's amazing. And he says, like, you know, this is the start of pi. Any civilization that's intelligent and advanced would understand this number and know this number, because it is one of those universal things that will be everywhere. And it does know the number, the next sequence of numbers. And dude, like that's scary. You're not getting a xenomorph to do that. Xenomorph's just gonna stab you with his tail and move on to the next victim, you know.
Not even gonna think about it. It's just gonna stab you right in the face.
You're not even gonna think about it.
This eye is like, dude, I said it before, say it again, next level intelligent.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't need to like sit down with a piece of paper or a calculator. It is a calculator.
Yeah.
And like, and this is the point where Cavalier is like, I want this in a person.
Yeah.
Imagine what we could do, because, you know, I want it to be able to talk. And if we put it in a person, it'll be able to talk and use its intelligence to actually, and this goes to who Cavalier is. He, like he said before, he wants to have a conversation with like the smartest person ever.
Smarter, yeah.
And this is the thing. And this is scratching that itch that he has, and it's gonna end up stabbing him in the throat.
Yeah. So yeah, I think it is also. I'm curious of what. So first off, we learned what the random dude spraying is doing, because he says it here. They're spraying for mold.
Yep.
So he says originally, like, let's put it in one of the mold cleaners. That way we know there's a jump in intelligence, which was like so shitty to say.
He's such a douchebag.
Yeah. But then he says, oh, no, I got a better idea. I know exactly who. Who do you think he's talking about?
I think we'll go along with bath time here. Okay, it's theory. So he did say that. He said what he actually said is he wanted his mind blown, which is crazy. And exactly who I'm thinking about. Sylvia, Mrs. I.
Yeah, Mrs. I. There she is. Yeah.
And then there's another one. There's a Mr. I somewhere.
Yep. Yeah, I'm curious. Yeah, I'm curious of what, because it almost. I know that he wouldn't. It almost sounded like he was like putting himself in the mix, like, oh, I'm gonna let this thing pop into my eye and have the best conversation in my head ever,
dude.
But the mind blown thing, he wants to have his mind blown, makes a lot of sense.
It does.
Yeah, I think Sylvia is really the only viable option on the island right now, right?
But he, at the same time, he also like totally put her down. Like saying that she wasn't smart.
Right.
Like, you're smart, but not as smart as me.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I don't know if it would be her. I wonder if the eye would go after Kirsch. Or Morrow.
I don't think it could. Yeah, it certainly could go. I don't think it could go after Kirsch. I think it definitely could go after Morrow, for sure, because he is human. So that's interesting. It could also be, we've kind of forgot about the old guy. I'm trying to think of all the viable options on the island right now. Is that old man that was always talking to the kids? He's a human, correct?
See, I don't know.
Or if we even know. I've
been questioning that, because there was the one part with when they first brought the sheep to the lab, and Cavalier has his tennis ball, I think, and he throws it against the glass, and the guy catches it real fast. I forgot about that.
I
don't know if that means anything, but
it probably does.
They did that with Wendy too, and Wendy caught it real fast. So maybe he might be a mix.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's.
I forgot about that. You're right. Yeah. So really, the only viable options on the island for a human that we know of are Cavalier, the mold sprayer, and Dame. Right.
Okay. So let's go back. Bath time. It went after Nibs.
Yes,
on the ship.
It did.
I think maybe the eye would be confused at first because it looks human.
Yeah.
Maybe it would try, but then, see, I don't know.
No, you can't. I can't think that, because this thing is wickedly intelligent, and the xenomorph, which has its own level of intelligence, let's be honest, knows not to go after the androids. We've seen it multiple times throughout the series and throughout this series. So you would have to think that the eye would also have that sense of, this is not a real human. But I would think.
Yeah, I don't know. Just because, like, it did go after the alien, but maybe it was just attacking it. But I don't, and we don't really get too much of like the interaction with the eye, because it's always been in something.
Yeah.
Or it's been in something in a cage.
In a cage, yeah. So
we haven't really gotten much action from it, but at the same time we have.
Yeah.
I don't know. I could see it going after Kirsch and then like kind of be like, never mind, because you're not actually, I can't like really hack your brain.
Yeah.
That makes sense, because it is, the eye is a creature. If it's a parasite, it has parasite.
It does, definitely. Yeah.
So like it would go after a host that is
suitable. Yeah. Yep.
So it would probably just have a change of mind.
Yeah.
But I think there aren't really, probably in Cavalier's mind, there's no one else on the island that is a suitable, balance to his intellect. So
right.
They would probably just take him over.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, out of the options.
Yeah.
But then again, the eye wouldn't be like, okay, well, you're the smartest person in the room, so I'm going to go after you. It's just going to go after any human.
Whatever. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
But I think that if the eye takes over someone, it will become very smart.
Yeah.
Because the eye will take over.
Yeah.
Person.
Yeah. The eye does not have any need for any kind of intelligence, right? It needs a body. That's what it needs. That's what any parasite is looking for, is a host, right? So yeah. But there's just not that many humans on the island, There's not too many options left.
Yeah, there's not. We know it loves tapping on glass, and that's about it.
Yeah.
But we have seen it in action, though. Like, it may just be tapping on glass, but
it's within
it. Yeah, dude, it's calculating within its life. Being in the sheep, it's gotten a lot accomplished.
Yeah, dude.
And really a lot of it is just like patiently waiting for that perfect opportunity to make everything go wrong.
Yeah.
And that is like, that's intelligence.
Very.
Like, we haven't seen a ton, like probably not as much as we've wanted to see from the eye, but from like the eye's vantage point, it's gotten a lot done. It has done more than the xenomorph has done.
Yeah, it really has. Yeah.
And that makes it more of a threat.
Yeah, I agree.
And I hope we will see more. And they're really they're kind of building up. They're building up a lot in this show, but I feel like they've really been building up for this eye. I feel like the eye creature is very important to the show. And these writers, like, they didn't just put it in here just for fun.
Right.
Like, because if it had just been thrown in for the hell of it, it would have been like treated like any of the other creatures.
Yeah.
It served its purpose, and then it's off the screen.
And it's not.
Like,
it has not yet.
We've seen the flies. It served a purpose, and it's not really doing anything else. It was shut down and electrocuted.
Yep.
The ticks.
Yeah.
I think they were ticks. They took over the kid, and then they were gone.
Yep.
The leeches, they sucked on someone's neck, got full of blood, then fell off, and then we didn't see anything else from them.
Yep.
This eye has been in every episode. It has had a focus on it. Every single episode, even if it's just standing there staring at something.
You're right.
It's
100%.
still like they're focusing on this thing more than the xenomorph.
Yeah, they are. So it's going to have a big part, I think, in this final episode. We'll see what direction they go. I have a feeling it's going in. If I had to guess my money, that thing is going in Cavalier. That would be my guess, whether it's willingly or unwillingly.
Yeah. I'm super, super, super pumped for this eye. Like I don't know if you can tell, but like it's a show stealer for me.
100%. Yep. It is the standout star of the show so far.
Of the Alien TV show.
Of the aliens. Yeah. I think I am also questioned because there's another creature there that we have not seen really do anything, and that's that like flower thing.
Yeah. But I think that's just...
Is that just a filler background? Like you have to think that it's going to do something at some point.
So
right?
They had that in Romulus, right?
Did they? No, you're thinking of you're thinking of
the alien egg.
Yeah, it was the
alien
pod,
cocoon,
like cocoon. Yep.
So this is something new.
Yeah.
They didn't really do anything with that. I
They
wonder
haven't touched it at all. Yeah.
If they're gonna like reveal something at the end, because it just makes you wonder, because it's reacted to things. It's reacted to Isaac at least twice. Once on the ship, and then once here, like in the episode prior to this one. My fingers are crossed that it's just a sack full of these eyeball things. That would be so sick, bro. Oh. Yeah, that'd be so sick. They send one, drone out to go do the work while they wait in the nest for the prime spot. Dude, that would be
sweet.
That would be a nightmare.
It would absolute nightmare.
Just see them all like spill out of this egg and like
flood style. Yeah, Halo flood style. Just all. Yeah, dude, it'd be sick.
That would be my favorite.
Yeah.
I need that to happen. Let's make this happen, guys. Come on. All right. So, wrapping up the episode, we are now at the docks. Our group, we've got Wendy, Joe, and Nibs. Go into the boat, and surprise, Joe's old team is there waiting for them. So they get a nice little ambush, and then we have soldiers all over the docks. They have a little standoff, and Nibs makes a comment like, "We're never going back." They're there to take them back, and they're like, "We're not going with you. We're not going anywhere." And Nibs holds up her stuffed animal. Isn't that right? And the soldier grabs the stuffed animal and chucks it into the water. That was a bad move, my dude. Yeah. And then Nibs grabs his face and rips his jaw off.
Yeah,
which was so brutal and so awesome to see. Yeah. I was like,
she's had enough. Yeah.
The crazy has been unleashed.
Yes, it has. Yep.
And it's short-lived, unfortunately. So Wendy signals for the xenomorph. And then the one chick shoots Nibs. And Nibs goes after her. But then Joe shoots Nibs with the electric gun, and Wendy's like, what did you do? What are you doing?
Yeah.
What's happening here? So, and then we see the xenomorph chilling like in the woods, just kind of staring at everything. And I'm like, it can't end here, right? It can't end here, right? And then we start to hear the music.
Yeah, and it's coming. Yeah.
Wendy yells at him, "What did you do?"
Yeah.
And then it ends.
Yep. Yeah, it's I mean, now that this happens to me a lot when we podcast, I don't like something until I get on here and talk about it, and then I like it. It happened with the Midnight Club, the Netflix series. I hated that show when we watched it for the podcast, and then we talked about it. I was like, "Oh, dude, this show's actually really sick." So it happens frequently, and it happened here where I was like, at the beginning of the episode, I was like, I mean, it's all right, it's good, like it was good. It's just not the penultimate episode that I was expecting it to be. But now that we talked about it, a lot happened in this.
Yeah, a lot
this
did
episode.
happen.
A lot
Yeah.
of stuff happened in this episode, and a lot of stuff that sets us up for.
It's
final.
a lot more build up. Like I feel like, there's been some slower episodes this season. I mean, it's bound to happen, right?
Yeah.
It's got to build.
Yeah.
It can't just be all eye creatures everywhere killing everything.
Right.
As much as we would like to see that now.
Yeah.
But like they had to build up to this moment, and it's amping up just a little bit more, and I hope that this next episode will be so much chaos and a lot more eye creatures.
Yeah, I hope that sack, man. I hope that sack is full of those eye creatures. Yeah, I don't know that the slow stuff for me. I like that stuff because that's where you get the story background and the character background and all the good stuff that makes you feel for these characters. And that's So I took Brady to see the Demon Slayer movie.
Okay.
So Demon Slayer's coming to an end. The final arc of the manga they're doing in a trilogy of movies, and we went at 10:20 at night. Okay.
Oh, you did
on a school night, on a work night for me.
Yep.
And it's 2.5 hours long. And a lot of people's complaints in that is there's a lot of flashbacks and that kind, slower stuff.
Okay.
But I'm like, dude, for Demon Slayer specifically, it was like a huge flashback for one of the biggest demons on the show and seeing how he became a demon. So I loved every second of it. And that movie's packed with action, so it needed that little cut of exposition. But that's what makes shows good, man. If it was a show that was just balls to the wall action the whole time, you wouldn't like it. Yeah, you wouldn't like it as much.
You got to come down.
Yeah, you have
process.
Yeah, you have to. So I enjoyed the slower episodes of the show, just as much as the fast paced ones because we're getting some background and some story and
it's world building
more. Yeah,
it's a world building about a world or a part of this world that we
have not seen. Yeah. Yep.
And it was done on purpose. It was done with intent. Even like a couple episodes with the flashback on the ship. Perfect. Like, it had, old school Alien vibes. I'm here for it.
Yeah.
And it explained a lot. It helped further the story along. It showed Cavalier's, that he was really behind it.
He was behind everything, yeah.
So we saw more of him, and it's just good. It helps build the story, and it's not just thrown in there for filler. Like it was purposely done.
Yeah, I agree.
So So I think from here. So like I said before, with that like fork in the road for Wendy, like I think she's gonna lose it. I don't think she's gonna kill her brother, but I think she's like probably gonna distance herself from him for a minute.
Yeah.
Until maybe his life is in danger, and then she'll flip back. I don't know.
Yeah.
That's kind of
that's the vibe I'm getting to. Yeah. Yep.
So I think she's gonna lose it. I think the xenomorph. See, I don't know. Maybe he might kill everything on the docks, but then I could see her like calming it down. Like, all right, never mind. Go walk away.
Yeah,
because she might not leave.
You have to. We have to think about where we're heading because they're at the dock at the boat. The xenomorph kills everybody. They get on the boat, leave. Show's over. So something's got to happen. Yeah, something's got to happen to either get them back to. Going back towards the facility or something else has to happen that prevents them from getting on that boat. And it might be that she wants to try and save Nibs. Like she wants to take him back and see if she can do something to save Nibs.
That's definitely, that's a good point. I could see Kirsch radioing them saying to come back too. Because also, they have Slightly and Smee.
Yeah. That's a great point. I didn't think about that. Yeah,
because her
trying to get
drive
them
was to get them all out of there.
Yeah,
because they're clearly not safe.
Right.
So, or maybe Kirsch makes up a story where like we're in trouble. Morrow's here. Blah blah blah. There are a lot of different directions they can go from here.
Yeah.
I definitely see her losing her mind. for a minute.
Yeah, I think it's possible.
Because one of her friends is dying or
from
dead.
From
her brother. Yeah.
Yeah.
She could probably just leave him there. Like, screw you. You can leave, but I'm staying here. I can see that happening.
Yeah.
Just more eye. That's what I want.
Yeah.
That's what I want.
That's what we all want. That's what we all want, man. More eyes.
And then season 2 is just the eye.
Just the eyes. Yeah.
Maybe the eye gets like loosed. Like, it gets taken off the island, goes to Utani, and then a whole chaotic thing. It takes the sack with him and then just floods the earth.
Yeah. I'm here for it, man. I'm here for it. And anything with more of the eye monster, I'm here for. And it's funny because really it's the intelligence that stands out with the eye, but the xenomorph is just as intelligent. I don't want to say it's just as intelligent, especially after this episode, because certainly the xenomorph does not know pi, but we've seen it being just as calculating throughout the series. We see it in Romulus, where it's patiently waiting for them to open a door at one point, just sitting there waiting until the door opens so it can kill all of them, and they end up not opening it. So it is a calculating creature. But the eye monster is on a different level of calculating.
I think what sets the xenomorph or sets the eye apart from the xenomorph is they're both very intelligent, right? But the xenomorph is more instinctual, like that,
just
wired
instincts.
That way.
Yeah.
But the eye has that and reason and logic and like that side of the brain, like it's, which is, like I said a million times, is a much bigger threat. Cavalier's stupid for wanting to try to like have a conversation with this thing.
That's been his whole goal, man. The whole time, that's been his driving force, is to have a conversation with something or someone that is more intelligent than he is. Yeah. So it's all lining up to.
This could be the thing that's smarter than him.
This is it. I think, this is it. This is definitely going to be it. Yeah, I don't know, man. I desperately need to get, and I'm sure, I hope that they release a xenomorph from Alien Earth and it's packaged with a little one of those eye monsters inside of it, because I desperately need that thing on my dresser in some capacity.
I would totally buy that too.
Yeah, I need it.
I'm sure they've made some kind of figurine for it.
Oh, I'm sure I'm sure it's out there. If not, it's coming. Especially because we're not the only ones that are grasping on to this eyeball monster.
Oh, like
it has become a fan favorite of people that are watching the show. So
yeah. Oh man, next week, man.
Last episode. It's been a ride. It's been a heck of a ride. It's been an exciting ride too, man, because like I said, you went in with no expectations. My expectations were in the dirt as well. Like I was like, here, I'm going to hate this series almost certainly. But dude, everything they built so far, I'm loving it. Yeah. I can't deny it.
And it's gotten, mixed reviews, obviously, but it's, from what I've seen, it's some of the best Alien content out there.
Yeah, and it cracks me up because fan bases can be very toxic. Yes. I think Star Wars has a very toxic fan base. Alien at times has a very toxic fan base as well. So it's like, dude, when you look at it, there's like, however many movies, really 2 of them are top tier movies, and then you get a B tier with Covenant and Romulus. Right. I might even fight to put Romulus up in that top tier. So it's not like this amazing franchise that's been just golden from day one. It's had its moments, and it's had its really, really horrendous moments as well. So if you're watching this and not enjoying it, I don't understand.
We can't help you.
I can't help you. You should maybe go back and watch Alien Resurrection. That might change your mind on the tone and how much you enjoy this series. Because that movie is horrendous.
I probably will not watch it.
No, you should not. You should not watch it.
Oh, geez. Well, I got nothing else. I mean,
that's all I got, man. Yeah.
This was a great episode. Very much looking forward to the season finale. We will be later.
Yeah, we're going to be late. Yeah.
So be on the lookout. it'll probably be maybe sometime during the weekend, I would say.
That's probably what's going to happen. Yeah, Saturday, one of those Saturdays. I have to see what, because you said you were coming back. What?
Saturday. I should be back. I could do it Saturday night.
Okay, let me see if I
depends.
work. I might work Saturday night.
Okay.
I do work Saturday night, so I won't be able to. So we'll have to do it on Sunday at some point, Sunday night or Monday night, maybe.
That works for me. I mean, we've been for what, like the whole season. It's pretty much been a couple days after the episode airs.
Yeah.
So I think you guys could probably wait, almost a week after the episode airs.
Yeah.
But please be on the lookout. Thanks to everyone that was here.
Yeah.
Thank you, Bath Time, for hanging out with us. Had some great comments and some ideas.
Yes, you did.
And theories. Be sure to like, sub, leave a comment. Tell us that we're wrong. We will throw fists in the comments section with you. We will argue that this is the best Alien that we've seen. I won't go that far, but this is good. This is good stuff. Hashtag the eye creature is the best ever. And we will see you all next time. Have a great, great night. Peace.